What is up, YouTube? Welcome back to my channel. Today I have a pretty special video lined up for you guys. Now, it is summer, and what is one of the best things about summer? Obviously, the cookouts, grilling out with your family and friends, enjoying a couple drinks in moderation, but the downside to going to a traditional cookout is that no one's really trying to watch what they eat, and it's really easy to stack up unnecessary calories, carbohydrates that you don't necessarily need. So today, my goal with this video is to show you guys some of the best practices if you're gonna have your own cookout, or if maybe you're going to a cookout, some of the food options you can select, and other ways to put your best foot forward without compromising flavor and taste, and you can still enjoy the foods that you love. So if you guys are ready to get this video started, then as always, I'm here to cook for you. Let's do it! Starting off, I'll go over some of the things we're going to be making today. First and foremost, for our cheeseburgers we're going to be making, we are using 90% lean ground beef, and we also have the option of doing 96% lean ground beef. The difference between the two is about 6.5 grams of fat per every 112 grams serving, or 4 ounces respectively if you're here in the US. So depending on where your diet lies and how much fat you want in your diet, you can choose either or. I find the 90-10 tastes a little better, but if you're watching macros and you really want to put your best foot forward, the 96-4 is definitely your best option. So instead of doing bratwurst, sausages, or anything like that, we are actually going to switch things up a little bit and go with chicken sausage. If you've never had chicken sausage, in my opinion, I think it tastes incredible, and I can't really tell the difference between that and a traditional bratwurst or something along those lines. Especially when you put it in a bun and eat it, you really can't tell the difference. These are great because each one is very low in fat, very low in carbs, and has a decent protein content, whereas your traditional sausages and things of that nature are going to be loaded with calories that you don't need. We'll also be making some pork tenderloin, which if you are a pork fan, pork tenderloin is some of the leanest pork you're going to be able to get, so it keeps that fat pretty low. I think it's only 1.5 grams of fat per 112 gram serving, so you can't really go wrong with that. And if you look closely here, I don't even have to season this one. I found a version of it that is already pre-seasoned. It's Chipotle flavored, and look at the nutrition label, you can't even really tell that they did anything to it. So that takes a lot of work off our plate. We can literally throw it right on the grill and get cooking. Next up, it wouldn't be a Remington James Fitness video if we didn't have chicken included. So I decided to throw some chicken breast in here, but we did it a little different this time. The same principle as the pork tenderloin, we have chicken that has been already pre-seasoned for us. Blackened version. Now the difference with this compared to regular chicken breast, there is a few more grams of fat simply because the marinade they're using contains olive oil. Keep that in mind as well versus traditional, but you can obviously swap these out for their traditional counterparts and do what you gotta do to flavor them yourselves. And as far as sauces go, guys, you can't go wrong with ketchup and mustard, but we're putting our best foot forward here as well. We decided to go with reduced sugar ketchup, which is gonna cut our sugar down by about 3 grams per every serving of ketchup. So if you're trying to limit your calories and sugar intake, then reduced sugar ketchup is the way to go. You really can't even taste the difference. I'm telling you. Trust me on that. I don't know about you guys, but when I have a hamburger or a hot dog or a chicken sausage, I like to have spicy brown mustard on mine. I don't know why. That's what I prefer. So I went with that. 0 calorie. Can't really have too much of it. We have some Can't Believe It's Not butter spread. What we'll do with this is spray it on the underside of each of our buns. We're going to place those on the grill to toast, which is going to add some nice flavor in there with adding 0 calories. Definitely a way better option than using traditional butter. And then finally, we have some Dijonnaise. If you guys like Dijon mustard and mayonnaise, it's kind of like a mix between the two. Tastes really good in my opinion, 0 calories, and another way to put your best foot forward, because traditional mayo, as you guys should know, is terrible for you, so I can't recommend that. And then for cheeses, we decided to go with fat-free American singles. Almost every grocery store should have a version of this. It's really gonna help knock that fat content down, which fat is where the majority of our calories are coming from. So I think it tastes pretty good personally. If you want to use regular cheese, then you definitely can. It's just figuring out which option is gonna be best for you. I'm a blue cheese fan. The blue cheese is pretty high in fat, so I opted for some feta cheese here that we can put on these burgers to add a lot of flavor without adding too many calories and too much fat. Only 5 grams of fat per 28 gram serving, so that's really not that bad if you're a cheese guy like me, because obviously cheeseburgers, you want to have that cheese, then that, in my opinion, is the best option. But you can also find lower calorie cheeses as well that you can throw on these. And then finally, the most important part is what buns are we using? What bread are we using? As you guys know, bread is usually loaded with carbohydrates. Your average hamburger bun probably has, if you're doing a big one, has about 45 grams of carbohydrates in it. So what we did here, obviously there's no workaround really to get a healthy bread, if that's what you're trying to call it, but we can definitely put our best foot forward and choose brands that are going to be lower in calories, lower in carbohydrates, and help us stick to our goals better. Because if you have 2 cheeseburgers and 1 hot dog and you're averaging 40 grams of carbs per, 120 grams of carbs by the time you're done. But these whole wheat buns I'm using are only 80 calories a piece, and each of them is only going to have 19 grams of carbs, with 4 of that being fiber. So really about 15 grams of net carbs per, which is not bad at all. I opt for whole wheat simply so we get that extra fiber in there to help with digestion and and keep us fuller, and just overall, fiber's better. If you've ever been on a low fiber diet, you know what I'm talking about. Get that fiber in. And as far as like lettuce, tomato, and things like that, I don't personally really like those on my hamburgers. People give me crap for it all the time, but it's just something I never grew up eating them, and I'm just not a fan now. I literally like them just plain with sauce. You guys can offer that if you want. It'll be totally fine. Isn't gonna add anything negative to your diet, but for the sake of this video, we're not gonna be doing that. And it wouldn't be a Remington James Fitness video as well without some frozen vegetables. So what I do, we can actually prepare these on the grill. I'm gonna show you guys how we do that. Basically, we'll take our frozen vegetables, place them in foil, wrap them up around, put them on the top rack of our grill, and they will thaw out and cook right there before our very eyes. And I'm choosing to use a stir-fry starters pack. Your store should have these, but it's a mixture of a bunch of different vegetables. I wanna say sugar snap peas, broccoli, carrots in there, green beans. There's a big mixture here, and I think it really helps add some variety. If you're the type that doesn't like eating just broccoli or eating just peas, this kind of gives us a nice medley. And I've been doing this the last like week or so for my veggies, and I really enjoy it. So I think that covers everything, guys. So if you guys are ready, let's go ahead and get to grilling. I've got all my burgers patted. I got my chicken sausages out of the pack. We got our pork tenderloin sitting here, and we also have our chicken breast ready to go as well. Now with the vegetables, what I do, I buy these little foil sheets here. You dump your vegetables right in the middle, and you're just gonna fold everything up, make like a bowl of sorts. Voila, something along those lines, and then we'll just kind of sit that in the grill, not allow those to thaw out and cook. That way we're not worrying about the fresh vegetables. Obviously, if you want to do fresh, you can do that, but for me, I'm all about the convenience factor, and this seems to be about the best method. So before we throw this on the grill, let me go over kind of how I season my burgers. I don't do anything crazy. The only thing I do is add some ground cumin and some pink Himalayan sea salt to each side. You can season them however you want, but for me, I just kind of like that natural flavor, and those two things really spice it up a little bit without getting too crazy. And we obviously have our chicken sausages right here, pork tenderloin, and our chicken. So let's go ahead, throw this on the grill. First thing we're gonna do before we cook anything to make sure nothing sticks to this is we're gonna take some Pam olive oil extra virgin spray and hit our racks with it. Be careful that you do this before you turn the grill on, because obviously oil is flammable, so you don't want to blow yourself up. Now, usually what I recommend when it comes to setting your heat, I like to do everything just kind of in the middle, because obviously you can crank it all the way up or put it down pretty low. I find right in the middle is the sweet spot for flavor and speed when it comes to cooking. Go ahead and light it. Bingo. And then all we're gonna do is take our burgers, place them over here. Boom. Then we'll take our chicken, place it kind of back here a little bit. There we go. Man, take this massive pork tenderloin, place it right here. And then are we gonna have room for the chicken sausage? See if we can squeeze that in here. 1 and 2. Tight squeeze, tight squeeze. Here, we'll move that over this way. Bingo. We are in business. Now let me grab the veggies. We'll take our 2 vegetable boats here and just place them on the top rack. That'll allow them to do what they need to do. So keep in mind that all this stuff has different cooking times in regards to how fast it's gonna be done. Some of the stuff will cook faster, some will cook a little slower. So just make sure you're double checking to make sure everything's done and cooked before you pull it off and consume it. So let's go ahead and put this lid down, let it sit for a little bit, and then we'll check back in. Then while we're waiting on that stuff, I'm gonna go ahead and take my, I can't believe it's not butter spray, pop the top, and I'm gonna hit each of these buns with a decent little amount here, because what we're gonna do is once these are closer to done, we're pulling the hamburgers off, we are gonna toast these, give them a nice good flavor, and boom, that's how it's done. All right, it's been about 5 minutes. Let's go ahead and check in on our stuff. Okay, it looks like some of these need flipping, so we'll take burger, flip ya. Perfect. Let's go ahead and check our veggies real quick. Okay, still a little frozen in there, not quite cooked all the way through, but it's doing what it needs to do. So we'll keep those in there, close this, and I'll check back in here in a little bit. Okay guys, it's looking like the burgers are actually done, so we'll go ahead and pull them off, sit them over here. Now that pork tenderloin is probably gonna take a little bit longer along with the veggies. They still got a little bit of time, but last thing you wanna do is overcook all your other stuff. So it looks like these are done as well. Just handle them with our hands. Ouch, ouch, ouch. I don't advise that. Right there. And then the chicken, we cut into the middle of it. It's white all the way through, so it is done as well. Oh, this smells so good, guys. You know I'm doing a taste test. And there we go. So we still got a tiny bit longer on the veggies, and I'm gonna go ahead and move this more to the center, turn up the heat a tiny bit on this to let it cook. give her a nice flipping, and we'll let that do its thing. And it looks like the pork tenderloin is officially finished. I went ahead and cut it into smaller pieces, that way it'd cook a little faster. So we're gonna go ahead and place it off to the side as well. And then our veggies, I just checked them too, and they are good to go. So all we're gonna do is take these, place them on our tray too. Nice. And then the last thing here, what we're gonna do, take these buns, place them on the grill like so. You don't need to do it for very long, just long enough to give them that nice toasted feel and flavor. After about a minute, we're gonna go ahead and take these off, as yep, that's about perfect right there. Add a nice good flavor there with that butter. Awesome. Let's go see what the finished result looks like. And everything is all done and looking good, so let's go ahead and start building ourselves a meal here. So we'll take a burger, place you here. We'll go ahead and do a thing of the fat-free American cheese. Put you right on there. Then for this one, we're gonna do spicy brown mustard. So I'll go ahead and place that right here. Looks good to me. Toasted buns, I'm telling you, makes us a game changer. Then we'll do another burger. Let's get this thick guy right here, get some protein in. And then what I'll do this time is take my feta cheese. This is a little tricky because it's gonna wanna fall off, but we'll manage. And then the sauce for this one, I actually forgot about this. I have this bacon flavored sriracha my mom got me for my birthday. So put a little bit of this on here too. Put the lid on it. Whoop. Oh, it's upside down. Hold on. There we go. Oh, I did bottom. Okay, I messed that up completely. Oh, well, 2 bottoms and 2 tops. Hey, you don't got to do it that way. Go ahead and get a bun for some chicken sausage. Place, you already took a bite out of that one, so we'll just put it right in here. And then I'm thinking for this one, let's do some spicy brown mustard again on that. There we go. And then I want to try a little bit of this chicken and a little bit of this pork. Go ahead and cut off a nice piece of this pork here. There we go. Let's get some of this chicken too. Get a nice piece of this chicken breast. Perfect. All right, guys, let's go ahead and see how all this stuff turned out. All right, guys, it is officially taste test time. So let's start off with one of these burgers first. Let's do the one with American cheese on it and see how she goes. The fat-free version. You literally can't beat food on the grill. I'm telling you, it is my favorite. Tastes so much better than making it in a skillet. Let's do the chicken sausage. That is exceptional. I know chicken sausage can be hard to find. My Kroger carries it nearby. I don't think I've ever seen it at Walmart, but feel free to look. If you can find this stuff, it is excellent. Let's go ahead and do a little bit of this pork. I have a fork here, but I'm just gonna use my hand because I'm a savage. Bro cooking. All right, let's do it. Ooh, that pork is incredible. Buying it pre-marinated like that, oh, game changer. Game changer. Okay, try the chicken breast. Amazing as well. And then finally, let's do our other burger with the feta cheese and the bacon sriracha. So good, so good. Put this food down. I will finish you here in a second, I promise. But what I wanted this video to cover is basically show you guys that you can still have a cookout with yourself, with your family, with your friends, whatever, and still make healthy, good choices. All of these options here I could fit into my regular meal planning, no problems at all. We have lean ground beef, pork tenderloin, chicken breast, chicken sausage, all that stuff's fine, and the low carb whole wheat bread will fit right into my programming as well. So this is how I personally cook out when I do. I make tons of food like this. Everybody always enjoys it, and no one leaves feeling bloated or nasty or anything along those lines. So it's a win-win for everybody involved. And then the cool part is I have all that food left over behind you. I know I'm talking to a tripod right now, but behind you guys, which you can't see, there's a ton of food left over, which I will go ahead, Tupperware up, and this will be meal prep. I will be able to eat this over the next few days. It's also another option for you guys too, if you want to take some of these ideas, cook a bunch of it in bulk, meal prep in advance. Hey guys, fail to prepare and prepare to fail, as a wise man once said. So thank you guys for watching this video, and I want to ask you guys a question real quick. I recently discovered this low-cal light ice cream. Low-cal, not low-cal. It is low-calorie, but it's the low-cal brand, Simple Truth. It is brand new, just launched at my Kroger. And I think I want to do a flavor review, Halo Top versus this. We'll buy every single flavor they have of this and then buy all the corresponding Halo Top flavors, do a taste test review comparison. I might do that for my next video. If you guys want to see that, and you want to see if healthy ice cream can actually taste good and if Halo Top is dethroned as the champion, let me know in the comment section below and I will make that video. So thank you guys, as always, for watching. Hopefully you got some value out of this. If you enjoyed this video, you got some cool ideas, learned a thing or two, or if I helped you out even just a tiny bit, hit that like button for me. It helps me out more than you even know. I'm telling you guys, that is crucial. Hitting that like button is crucial. So thank you guys, as always, for all your support. I could not do what I do every single day without you guys. So as always, don't forget to smile, remain positive, and pay someone a compliment, because you never know whose day you could be making better. With that, I'm out here. This has been a Remington James production, and I'll see you fine ladies and gentlemen at the next video. See you guys.